Tomorrow we will go to PPRC back like I was yesterday. Tomorrow we will go for Alhaji Samsumana in case we put for the party. We all know not to so for the go. I'm not going to talk that yet. But we will go to PPRC. We go there with all clean hands. We put the case with all clean hands. And we will go there for go collect whatever PPRC get for with all clean hands. We can't sit down at the party. We move forward. But we don't allow anything for the railway. And next week, we will go for them one day when we send them petitions there. That and then 9 people there. Some of them don't already go to PPRC, don't say they don't let undo. They agree to waiting APC puts that responsible puts. Remember the responsible puts to the not so. Some of them don't go, they don't go tell the commission, say, we agree, we not carry on with this anymore. But you get 2-3 of them where they don't send response. So that one they will get for until next week. If I get to this point, I just want to say these are the developments. We will go, the lower level convention will begin as soon as possible. When we come out tomorrow at PPRC, we will begin to begin know the dates then immediately. But I can show and say, come rain, come shine. Elect what them do. Then when they say they don't want to let the party go convention, we must go convention. Man, we will go convention. And I go the power to begin the lower level convention as soon as possible. If I get to this point, people in the level talk about the tripartite, we get for give some summary. So I will stay put for now. And the statement where we all pay attention for listening to, then we pay attention for listening to the acting chairman's statement. We don't say the chairman no day, let God be a medicine. We shall say sooner rather than later, you can't join me. But then we pay attention for listening to the statement. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, NSG. As the NSG rightly states, with the carry from the acting chairman. But before we ask the chairman talk, I just want to take this opportunity for welcome and recognize the presence of the dignitaries who get here. There are people who aspire for lead the party. They are home. There lawyer Andy Macaulay, today with me. There lawyer Joseph Fitzgerald Kamara, who will hear from later on. Recently with me, as seen with former leader in the House of Parliament, Honorable Chairman Ramadan Majiba, Lawyer Cherry Tuku, I believe he will go hearing from later on. We get Dr. Davis, I believe. Yes. We get Dr. Krifa Amara, of course. One call the name, we are not reached back at but yes, they are with me. Like I say, as we go, I'm going to recognize and introduce people, the party structure there at all levels, from constituency level, ward level, district level, regional level, national level. But I will call you, we get honorable members of parliament from Naya. We get councillors, former and present, we all there. But for now, let me hear it first from the acting national chairman, Alhaji Usman Kodi Al-Saneh, for making an address to you. APC. 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 Let God help you all. Today, an special press conference. We intend for us to inform the public about the state of affairs as it concerns one, the tripartite, where we stand with 80 recommendations. And how far we don't go
starting from October 2023 to now. We know people that were an expert in various fields, law, in politics, elections, census or statistics. They will not tell you now how far we got there. Because these things are prerequisites for get to party and even kill or challenge them people there. This comparing government for food and power. Yesterday, we tell the SLP. For say, we have always taken a specific move to inform the public about what they happen. Not ever use wrong words. Then we say to people then, now then start this thing. Like the general says, we will write a very serious letter of complaint. What we say, at the end of the day, we action the whole. If somebody say we will use with our team, whatever it was. If somebody say we will use the president, the army, or ensure say APC not get power, we will action not going to be specific. We're not going to go say 3 ahead and now we. This is why we have our spokesperson. And what they say, now for give notice to the SFP. For PPRC, the regulatory body, they understand. On the basis of that, they approach us in a pacific manner, where mistakes have been made, we are left to move ahead. That note, we said, we can talk to people there, or we know they deride them. APC not ever been brother. APC always one piece. They say we know one piece. As I say, the no peace at all, no peace and this one. We are signatories to it. So not one piece, but peace. And 10 years, APC stand strong for bringing peace in this country. Development. Peace and development in the local government. But the statement what I want to make, before we export like that, I want to read that with my permission in English, so that it will be a record. So we don't ever forget. So, fellow citizens, distinguished members of the press, APC dignitaries, friends of democracy, and our international partners, they normally know we come, but they will send people that will find this important. And we them come contact them with the content of what the people that they can. We stand at a defining moment in our nation's democratic journey. The agreement for national unity and the tripartite committee's recommendations were born out of a painful chapter, a time when the unions demanded fairness, transparency, and accountability in our elections. The All People's Congress entered that agreement in good faith, motivated by a desire to rescue our democracy from mistrust and to restore the confidence of our people in their electoral system. It was never about political convenience. It was about national survival and the sacred duty of leadership to uphold justice. However, as we observe the ongoing implementation process, it is increasingly clear that the spirit and intent of the agreement are being undermined by a unilateral approach from the government. Instead of a collaborative, transparent process that reflects the joint ownership of both parties and the manner of guarantors, we are witnessing selective interpretation, selective consultation, and selective implementation. The agreement for national unity was meant to heal our nation, to serve as a bridge between two political entities for the good of all Sierra Leoneans. It called for equal partnership, mutual respect, and genuine commitment to reform. The tripartite committee's recommendations carefully developed through months of painstaking deliberation, were meant to guide the transformation of our electoral system. From one marred by controversy and distrust to one that guarantees fairness and integrity. Yet, today, those very recommendations risk being reduced to mere rhetoric, with implementation decisions often taken without adequate consultation and transparency. Our position as the All People's Congress is firm. The implementation process must reflect the same spirit of inclusiveness and accountability that inspires the agreement for national unity itself. Every step, from reviewing the electoral law and restructuring the Electoral Commission to instituting oversight mechanisms, must be done jointly, transparently, and with full respect for the tripartite agreement. Any attempt by the government to act alone or to politicize the process is a betrayal not only of the agreement, but of the people of Sierra Leone who place their hope in this new dawn of unity. We are not opposed to progress. We are opposed to pretense. We are not rejecting reform. We are rejecting manipulation. The APC will not sit idly by while the principles of the agreement are quietly eroded through unilateral action and selective implementation. We therefore call for an immediate commitment to the joint mechanism of implementation, ensuring that both parties are equally represented and that the monitoring and evaluation process is open to public scrutiny. As a party, we are ready to play our part responsibly. We have begun internal consultations to align our structures with the recommendations of the tripartite committee. We are training our regional and district leaders to understand the reforms and to participate constructively in their application. We will continue to engage civil society, the media, and our development partners to ensure that the implementation process remains anchored in truth, fairness, and the rule of law. We must remember that this agreement is not about who governs today, but about how Sierra Leone will be governed tomorrow. It is about the credibility of our elections, the integrity of our institutions, and the unity of our people. If the government believes it can carry out reforms in isolation and still claim to be implementing a national unity agenda, it deceives itself and the nation. True unity cannot be built on exclusion. True reform cannot emerge from one-sided control. Let it be known, therefore, that the APC remains committed to peace, dialogue, and reform. But we will not compromise on accountability, transparency, and mutual respect. We will continue to engage with Toronto, ECOWAS, the African Union, and the United Nations to ensure that true essence of the agreement, national unity, is protected and delivered in full. Sierra Leone deserves better. Our people deserve a process that unites rather than divides, that reforms rather than recycles, that honor commitment rather than manipulate them. Let us return to the spirit of the handshake that gave birth to this agreement, not as adversary seeking advantage, but as patriots seeking the survival and progress of our beloved country. Our People's Congress will continue to stand for what is right, not merely for what is convenient. We will continue to speak truth to power, not for political gain, but for the preservation of our democracy. May God guide our nation and strengthen every heart that believes in the promise of a better era here. Thank you, and with peace and fairness we give over Pakistan.
We just heard from acting chairman. During the course of this press conference, we will hear more from those who have been charged with the responsibility by the party to oversee the implementation of the tripartite recommendation as well as the agreement for national unity. For we at the party and for the general public, couple of weeks ago, the party put together a team because we don't see the implementation of the recommendations and of the tripartite the report and the agreement for national unity, they don't be slow. We not be get a representation or push the things that we stand for and believe in. Because we'll be only now get a single chair will just be to push the agenda of the government. And every committee, the steering committee, they had it in the meet. So the party put together a team of experts where they look at the various aspects of the implementation. The one way they look at the legal aspects, the one way they look at the parliamentary aspects, the one way on the staff and the steering committee for bringing the experience and expertise. The one way we also participate in putting together the report. They all form part of this team. We headed by Dr. Kepala Mara. The team comprised of Dr. Mara himself, Honorable Chairman Ramadan Majuba, Mr. Joseph Fitzgerald Kamara Esquire, Honorable Chairman Ramadan Majuba Esquire. Dr. Richard Conte, Amami Petitu Kuruma, David Mona. But of course, if we recall, we will also get Mayor Ivona Kisoya, Mayor Lamte, McKinney, as well as Honorable Abdukabo, we have already begun at the steering committee. So that's fully involved. So we'll hear from them. But of course, for now, for updates, and the engagements that we don't have been so far since we put this team together. We're going to hear from WIO Chief Negotiator, Queen Dr. Kepala Mara. Over to you.
Thank you, Mr. Moderator. Acting Chairman of the mighty APC, National Secretary General, Chief Councilor Esquire, members of the National Executive, NAC, heads of all agencies. I want to stand on the protocol of the Secretary General and the National Chairman of all the established, so that I will go on with this. As the National Secretary General, the National Publicity Secretary already stated, they don't shout now. The members of that particular committee will responsible for ensure that we work with government to implement all electoral reforms so that the 2020 elections will be free, fair, and credible. When and then put that team together to start to work immediately. But before saying anything, I want you to allow me to tell thank you to the leadership of the party for put that confidence in me for lead this particular initiative. We also want to say thank you to other members of the party to get people away and flag their aspirants, like we said, where they on the committee, we set the feed into the local of the group. The brothers sit down at the Macaulay, we don't already start. Get others to join me as well. We then set the contribute to the local of the group. We encourage everybody to join me. But as chief negotiator, before I drill down to the key details, I want you in a short background. As the national chairman said, acting chairman said, we will get the agreement for national unity after the 2023 election, so the whole world say you know the right. We'll go for that to come up with the agreement for national unity. That agreement for national unity, we get plenty elements. 8 resolutions. Resolution 3, the established tripartite committee, we will look at all elections issues. Me and some members on this new committee will also be part of that tripartite committee. Come up with 80 recommendations plus 4 than at 84. But their recommendations are so important to we. And I tell you now why. Because their resolutions here, but then 84 recommendations here, if we handle them well, if we the APC push strongly, we'll get good elections in 2020. But as we acting national chairman say, by the way things look, by the way things stand, they don't manipulate, and they keep here and there, actions they waiting for don't do now, then they delay them. Then they repeat the same act that they've been repeated before 2023. That is why when the leadership put this team together, we know we go into action straight. We do the assessment of the current state of affairs as far as the implementation of the electoral reforms and concerns. We didn't deem and say that they will start. Not take stock, make we know who shall be. Because if we don't take stock from who shall be, then we will just go here and there. And the leadership advice, after we don't present the assessment report to them, that the next step is for engage with party membership. Let the grassroots know what's going to happen. Let people understand who shall be on all the reforms they have. You go see the chief negotiator of government, they say, we don't implement 78 or 80-something% of the thing. A lie. That's the same thing. Just because somebody starts something, you know, talk say you don't implement. Plenty things the way they do way wrong. This afternoon, the members of the team, each of them, will handle 2 thematic areas to present to women to know what is the current status of the implementation of the tripartite committee recommendation. The moderator will call each and we'll talk about the things that will happen in the Saturday. But before I hand over this mic, I get few words to say. If we will sleep as a party, don't wake up, don't open the eyes. I will repeat that. If we will sleep, don't wake up and open the eyes. Then man, they don't go far for the 2028 election. I will repeat that, they don't go far. They don't go far. And you will see those they blow, you just go here and there, they turn against party members. Stop. You will not be former official, will be the staff under President and by the Roman government, which don't now come back and join with us in this room. And the see former councillors and the see former MPs and the see district chairman Sidon, Komon-Tok, and many others. Let we all come out of the trench, make we help this party. We get plenty things wrong. So not 10 years, not 10 years according to the laws of this country, you have a contestant win. And then man, they don't already talk, say, then they win again. I hope you not get me. Make you not sit down, talk to so get the numbers, we don't manage them. Then my idea for realize that the APC no they take the mess anymore. We not agree. It's not possible. As I always say positions how they say now they come. If you want the team there then get all the details. Each will share with you as far as the implementation concerned. Me no dey talk about that. The duty and responsibility now for just give una this overview. As chief negotiator, I invite everybody. If you don't knowledge, you don't know how to do it. Any side they join me. And we're happy that the members of parliament are ready for work with we. Because all the things are waiting there for pass. Some they are legal, some they are constitutional, and therefore can't talk to. They will go through parliament. So if the MPs stand strong as they don't promise, it meant that the APC will do well. And so we, the party members, and the one day way not there, where they listen, it no matter which political party you belong, but as long as you want a very good country, this is not the time for open our eye and support the initiative of the push through. If we not stand up, if we not do the right things, if we not say no, then 2028 election, look at the way under. We know the higher, but who will they on this team? Me and me calling them, we don't give assurances to the leadership for saying, we will do utmost. That is why when they're doing the responsibility, we know they will do assessment granted. And today in the moment we shout now how far we want to go and waiting to discover. On this note, I want to thank you for your attention to answer to the order. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Dr. Mara. I know say when I determine for do this work, but I want to assure you say as a party we equally determine to make sure say we win the 2028 elections and we get a winner. And gladly when we get a good number of the party structures now, including with brothers and comrades and sisters from the diaspora. I see Chairman McKay, when I'm the chair of the East District and also chairman of the coalition of chairmen. There with me, I see Chairman Tamsela of Kambia District. I see Chairman Manga from West. I see the regional secretary for South from Rebele Sisanko and also the organizing secretary for South. I see the district PRO of Komon-Tok district, Comrade Omega. I see Comrade Abidarami from the USA. There. I see Comrade Bundu from the USA. I see the diaspora vice chairman, Comrade Noah Kabia. When I one of the people away, they one hand Komon-Tok. But under the agreement for national unity, we ensure say, as we always say, to be innocent, we ensure say we prove the innocence, and we are happy that we comrade there with we today, Comrade Noah Kabia. I see we get Comrade Kebi Ture, he said there with me. from the APC USA, and we vice chairman. Currently, I'm the acting chairman, because the chairman won't be flag bearer. So I need the act now. As we go further, I'm going to introduce more people, but how Doctor don't set the pace, we don't want to lose track of why we really there. Like I stated earlier, the mayor of Freetown municipality, they already been at the steering committee. And because that steering committee they not be the function as sorry for the function, the mayor not sit down. Now the first person who shoots the chief minister letter, when are the chief negotiator for government say, oh, this committee not the function. And if you not change the ways, I don't see any reason why for the waste the time. And if left this committee and go back and report to the party and the international community say this committee not the function. But until that letter no more, today we get the mayor for really explain to we how dysfunctional that steering committee is. I will not go waste any more time for the read from Mayor Yvonne Akisoya. Thank you, talk to him.
Thank you very much, Chair. Acting Chairman of the Green Party, National Secretary General, colleagues and comrades all. As we publicity secretary on stage, we are a member of the committee, the steering committee, when they set up for this tripartite. But before we talk about how the steering committee operates, the first thing we need to understand, now say the process we start all of this tripartite, now process was initiated by the APC. If we not be saying we, the elected officials, not go home, tripartite not before be. So that because of APC, now make tripartite be. And if we go into a tripartite recommendation process, and we get seven people now each of the committees, when you come for the steering committee, when for oversee the implementation, you will expect say APC go day in equal numbers, but not so EP. Then do a committee of 20 people, of which they put 3 representatives of the APC. And in fact, they're not saying we are representatives of the APC. They say they want the mayor of Freetown as one of the 2 biggest cities. They say they want the mayor of McKinney, and then they want the leader of parliament. They actually left the APC out of the structure. So that is the first thing we're going to begin understand, waiting at the mindset behind this. So you don't do that one day. But you want them to sit down for that 6 months and develop the recommendation. They don't really left out at the recommendation. They will take their time and then do a roadmap for how this recommendation will be implemented. Then do a terms of reference also be developed for this steering committee. They develop terms of reference where we're able to see. But what really happened with the terms of reference? Some of the major things then. Number one, they say the steering committee meets bi-weekly, and every 2 weeks for the first 6 months in office. They say the steering committee forgets subcommittees because you get a committee of 20 people, not all man will able to sit down and talk all things. You forget a small committee so you can dive into issues then and really look into them. They say the steering committee will able to engage with media and stakeholders. They say the steering committee, and this one is very, very important. They say the steering committee will interact with the MDAs and the constitutional review process. Waiting happen. Even the own membership of the steering committee not come to my knowledge until after the 3rd meeting. At that point day, in 2024, I joined a meeting in October, a meeting in December, and I can tell you, say, their meeting, they did not last reach 1 hour. Inside this 2025, now 3 meetings don't hold for this steering committee were created for oversee the implementation of the recommendations. Meet in March, meet in May, and meet in September. This na steering committee who say we not get agenda. This na steering committee who say we don't want to get minutes. This na steering committee who say they don't provide any documents. When the meeting they hold, if you get presentation from ECSL, sometimes for something we na very, very, very detailed, they will tell them, so like 5 minutes, talk quick. And bring all of this to the attention because we need to understand the sentiment. As my comrade Dr. Naradol said, when posting on something work, you see them. And the way how the steering committee operates, a strong message to be say, they no want for let this thing work. The steering committee, they in name only. According to the TOR, the steering committee will be responsible for the recruitment of the secretariat. But now when they don't recruit Golo Kata as the coordinator, now we see in the post on social media. Now so we the committee members, they take no say, we don't get a coordinator. So with all of that, as PS Tunis said, I write a letter to the Chief Minister dated the 8th of August, and I raised them concerns there in a meeting in September. I don't raise just the concerns about the function of the committee. I raise the concerns saying, if the committee not the function, important thing then go there, where people they hear in go there pan. One specific example, or in fact, two specific examples that we are raised. One, now with regards to the redistricting. I believe say everybody knows say as Freetown City Council, we don't really stand and challenge the logic and the appropriateness of dividing Freetown. But not of Freetown no more get redistricting. I believe say we all know say government don't talk about for create 2 new districts. One named Panguma and one named Bagajuma. From the perspective of the steering committee and in functioning, why that's important? Because when you get chance to look the recommendations in detail, you will realize say one recommendation day, when a recommendation 53, we talk say first term, for them we not get no runoff. Now for them you get 55% of the vote. But that recommendation, it comes with an important change. Where if you read waiting at the summary where the Ministry of Information puts out, it's different to waiting there inside the recommendation. Waiting there inside the recommendation. Now it says, for let you not get runoff, the party for win or the presidential candidate for win with 50, also 55 begin 50% of the vote plus 1 vote. But guess inside the catch day? It say you forget at least 25% of the votes in at least half the districts of the country. Today, as we stand, Sierra Leone gets 16 districts. And if SLPP one pull chest, snap chest, and say, yeah, now it's stronghold. Of those 16 districts, now 7, they will come say, and the one when I cannot so say will be so. But then we just say for argument's sake, 7. 7 out of 16 will mean say that 25% of over 50% of the district, they don't get that also, because 7 not so 50% of 16. But if you add 2 new districts, when people they not tap na then pass their day, if you sabi that Bandajuma, Panguma place, you will not say more than another day. So if you add 2, automatically you don't go from 16 districts to 18 districts. Waiting a half of 18, now 9. Waiting a 7 plus 2, now 9. So if we're not able to get the opportunity for look into waiting to go on, then they try to make the steering committee be non-functional. So that the important thing they have, it will be glossed over. But we never go for allowance. Day like today, we don't see the liar, and we lie open that mountain pursuits. We APC, if the steering committee no one function, but we push through the chief negotiator for the right thing be done. Namely, as we say, even right to the chief to his counterparts. But we also as a party, don't write, I believe say the chairman and the secretary don't talk we don't write to the moral guarantors. But the way thing I believe that we call to it all, as Doc been saying, Comrade Mara been saying, this is the time for them to keep with eyes on the ball. If steering committee, they want killer, not a steering committee now the only platform. We go use the media, we go use public pressure. We are one of political party, and we are the biggest political party in this country. We not go sit on a yard. We not go sit on a yard. We will not be understand. But I will end on this note. The steering committee, new role now to explain to the House, to explain to the general public, and I have done it in the past. I don't do them in writing. I don't do them at the very, very steering committee we will hold in September. But we will talk them again. The steering committee, na dysfunctional committee will not operate. Na committee in name only and not in substance. And the APC, as we are going hearing from always the other speakers and don't say, yeah, we don't draw the line. Una, thank you.
Thank you very much, Leon. We don't draw the line. And this line we don't go, it requires we all as comrades for let we come together and work out a straight line to State House. It means we all for be united. It means we all for be committed. We all for ready for make the sacrifices. We will run for offices, not for see we comrades them as enemy. Now compete, we compete. At the end of the day, now one person there for win. Not start for the course recovery now because you say you want to hold the position where you get. If you get up tomorrow, you will need his support. So we for know that one thing. We strategy for beat SLP. And whoever occupying offices in our APC, we all for able to support them at every level. From ward level to constituency level to district level to region to national. We also mean say we for put people in their offices that we able to do the work. Now we dey struggle as executive because Bokuman take work, they know they do it. Bokuman take work, they know they do it. We for note that one day and make sure say we put the right people in the right offices. We're able to do the work, we're ready for do the work, and we want to do the work. If I don't reach there, I want for just at this moment, now call on the next speaker, we of course, people like Isidon are going to say the APC not the work. The party leadership, they approach 2028 in a structured manner. We focus on things where we know say if we address them now, we will be able for position we serve for win the 2028 election. The party will not set up committees, and one of such committees are the census committee. We already, as we speak, the committee they at work all across this country will monitor the cartographic mapping where they go on now. This time not to like 2021, this other census, anytime they bring that already, we will make sure they count everybody and we will make sure we monitor every process. But for now we know more about the deliberate postponement or deferment of the census, the decennial census, because we constitution say census for happen every 10 years. And the last time we will do census in this country in 2015, not to that in 2020 something, that the 2021 midterm census. So the next time we census for happen it will be this year 2025. But we see government postpone to 2026. that self will not know it. But for now, we read more about that day. We will bring the chairman of the census committee, Comrade Locus Koroma, for me to talk to me on that.
Thank you very much, Mr. Moderator. Acting Chairman of the party, National Secretary General, flag bearer aspirants, our former leader in Parliament, our Mayor of Freetown, members of the diaspora, my former constituency, national officers, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. I will stand on existing protocols and ask the moderator and the chairman to allow me to read a prepared statement, because census is loaded with technical issues and we want to let the message go out to the press and to the public. So I will read this prepared statement. Komon-Tok, I want to first of all thank the leadership of the APC party, especially our acting chairman, Ambassador Alhaji Usman Fode Antone, for establishing in a timely manner a census technical committee to oversee and coordinate all party-related engagements in all stages of the census process, and for inviting the committee to deliver a statement on the nexus of the census and the tripartite recommendations, particularly in relation to electoral matters. I am sure that this decision was partly informed by the outcome of the now internationally discredited 2021 midterm census. To us, the establishment of this committee is very timely and indicative of the party's commitment to address national issues through credible data on population characteristics, housing conditions, and socio-economic trends in order to foster social service delivery and enhance the livelihoods of our people, and less so for political gains. It is important to note that the population and housing census provide a huge source of reliable data, which is not only used for development planning and service delivery, but also, more importantly, for political representation at national and sub-national levels, which is very crucial for the APC party. Census data is used to calculate population quotas for the delineation of constituencies and wards, which determines the number of representatives in parliament and local councils for specific jurisdictions at a given time. The importance of census data cannot be overemphasized, given its implications on the recommendations of the tripartite report. 2. Milestones. Since the inauguration of the committee in March 2025, we have successfully achieved the following milestones: radio and TV engagement on the political implications of postponing the census enumeration by 1 year from December 2025 to December 2026, thereby rendering the use of the term decennial census inappropriate. These initial engagements have been so exciting and have largely exposed the weaknesses and inadequacies of Statistics Sierra Leone in conducting the census, as well as the implications on the political calendar as it relates to elections and other development agendas. 2. Held a well-attended press conference last May on the postponement of the 2025 population and housing census, to which our development partners were in attendance. 3, we facilitated a fruitful meeting between the chairman of Statistics Sierra Leone and the national deputy chairman of the APC party at party headquarters. 4, we obtained from Statistics Sierra Leone the opportunity to observe all census activities until December 2026, including the cartographic mapping exercise, which is now in progress. 5, we conducted a national training of observers and monitors and deployed same nationwide to monitor the ongoing cartographic mapping exercise and subsequently the enumeration proper. 6, cascading the training and installation of the reported template at regional level. B, impact. The committee has made a tremendous impact in the following way. There is now growing awareness all over the country about the importance of a credible population analysis census among party stakeholders, including flag bearer aspirants, our regional and district chairmen, our women, our youths, our veterans, and party structures all over the country. The APC party census education has improved at national level to promote participation in the 2026 census as against the 2021 midterm census, which we outrightly rejected for good reasons. Due to our robust involvement, Statistics Sierra Leone going forward has now included our district stakeholders, including paramount chiefs, parliamentarians, and local council authorities, to nominate certain field staff to be recruited to carry out crucial activities in the census process. We recognize and thank them for that. 4, the nexus between the census process and outcomes and the recommendations of the tripartite committee. The recommendations of the tripartite committee have a bearing on the census process and outcomes that might affect some key electoral activities. Recommendation 38B of the tripartite agreement stipulated that a proviso to section 38.5 should be inserted to read that where the final report of a decennial census is published at or less than 24 months before a general election, the data collected from that census should not be used for purposes of delimiting boundaries for use at that general election. This recommendation has serious implications on the calendar of activities for the 2028 elections in the event that the census is postponed, as has happened in this case. The recommendation fell short of what measures could be adopted if the census is postponed for valid reasons, as in the case of 2014 census, which was postponed to 2015 due to the Ebola outbreak in the country. For this postponement, there is no reason other than political. It is clear that the government used the shortcoming of recommendation 38B to delay the proclamation and 6 months later announced a postponement of the 2025 decennial census to less than 24 months before the actual count. In our view and calculation, this was done in bad faith and deliberately to affect the timing for preparatory activities. This was a calculated ploy, knowing that if the proclamation was delayed, there will not be enough time to carry out preparatory activities, and hence the possibility of postponing the census enumeration to 2026 and thereby delaying the release of results to 2027, which will be less than 24 months before election. For the 2014 census, the presidential proclamation was done in 2012 to give enough time for preparatory activities before the actual count, and to release results early enough to undertake electoral activities that require census data, such as constituency boundary delimitation, are recommendations. In the absence of the final 2026 census data, less than 24 months before the election, the following is recommended. 1. Use the projected population figures from the 2015 census to carry out constituency boundary delimitation. For the 2012 elections, the 2004 population figures were used to update constituency boundaries. 2. If the duration of the constituency boundary delimitation for the 2028 elections is 1 year, use the provisional results of 2026 census that will be released in March 2027 to carry out boundary demarcation. 3. Include these recommendations in 38B of the tripartite report and promulgate same in draft legislation to Parliament. 4. Apply the provisions of 38B, particularly the 24-month census data usage requirement, in its present form to the 2033 elections and not the 2028 elections. Conclusion. I would like to conclude this statement by assuring you of our commitment in ensuring that the objectives of the party in established census committee are fully achieved. However, this commitment requires the full cooperation of the party leadership in providing the necessary support needed to carry out its extensive work, which covers the entire country in the next 2 years until December 2026 census and post-enumeration activity, which will go into 2027. Finally, let me state without hesitation that the credible census will confirm that the APC is the majority party in Sierra Leone, and that Kenema is not and will never be more populated than the capital city, Freetown. We will continuously communicate, educate, and advocate with our party and our people to own the census. We will leverage the success of the census activities for victory in the 2028 presidential and parliamentary elections. I thank you all for your attention.
Thank you very much, Comrade. I mean, one good thing say, if you get two cities, one more populated than the other, the one way more populated, I think you go on for divide into several cities. And let you are not more populated. So I don't know why Kenema more populated, but we don't want to divide Kenema into two. But we want to divide Freetown City way less populated into three for that matter. But anyway, thank you very much, Comrade Logos. Members of the press, by the way, we have to get opportunity to ask questions. I hope so when I take notes. This is a very well packed press conference. And we get, real needs, we get stakeholders, we get experts in this room. I see the co-actors at the room, Comrade Mikhail Kurma and Comrade AKK Esquire, we don't be joining at the media lately. I see co-actors because now we still the movie where they play yesterday. I see the chairman of Carrying the District, Comrade Dr. Alikami. I see with next topic, we will hear from the leader at the House of Parliament. We get a very important recommendation at the tripartite committee, when our recommendation 20. We feel say if we implement that recommendation, it will help a lot to address some of the ills that happen at the ECSL. But of course, we see outside when they grant them good for implement that particular recommendation. We will hear from the leader at the House of Parliament. I want to welcome Honorable Abu, and I also want to recognize the members of Parliament the way they are. I see quite a few of them. I see Honorable Aminata, I see, and not be ever noticing I see good Tabia. I see you walk over somebody at the media this Sunday. I was like, wow, very eloquent and very systematic. I see a female version of CDI. Very well composed. I see Honorable Mariama, there. I see Honorable Peter Yamba. I see Honorable Alpha Ben Mansari, the only MP who went at the south. But this one, I make they address all the excesses there are. I want to welcome the leader now to make a statement.
I want to thank all our speakers as well. So thank you for the opportunity. And I want to say, yesterday we get black students at the Macaulay. We get the regional secretary, the regional chairman for the list, Maya Kaikai, the Lina Parliament with me, and they're able to assess the debate between the MPs and the SSP MPs. And I was so happy when I get the reaction and the recommendation that we have a very strong team. Similarly, one for inform this house here. In a meeting where we get, I don't constitute a parliamentary committee where I will look at all the reform steps, both statutory and constitutional reform steps. And that committee, now the deputy honorable Daniel Grama Komon and the chair, and the deputy too, when I'm honorable Awuna Komon, and I'm the deputy chair of the committee. And I give them a mandate of 1 week. 1 week that will present a report when we say we can share with the party. Now, let me go into the creation of the committee, the standing committee in our parliament, where for oversee elections management bodies. This committee now for review all elections related matters. Waiting on the mean. The committee now information say they inquire into the preparedness of ECSL. Waiting at the things that we are going to put in place for ensure say the election hold successfully. The committee now info guide the legislative reforms that we have to go with as parliament. But this committee, from where its capacity recommendation come out, we know from that committee. Personally, I have done a letter to the Speaker of Parliament, urging him about the importance of the committee in as much as we look at elections reform. I have also heard with the leader of government business to see how best we can expedite the composition of that committee. But today, I want to seize this opportunity for fast. I would want expeditiously, very fast, I want to look at the 13 key constitutional amendments where they want to take in a parliament. And let me tell this guy and say, for let SLD be able to change anything in our constitution, they're supposed to get 2/3 of all members of parliament. And according to the current composition of parliament, even without the 2 MPs that no longer control over, they need other 2 MPs back from the side for let them get that 2/3 stage. So without the 2/3, if they do anything to the constitution, it's illegal. And at there we expect the party for joining a parliament so that in an event they go against the national constitution, the party said will suggest a political action. The first amendment where they want to the constitution, now that they want to amend section 32 of the constitution. They want to ensure say they change the name of Electoral Commission of Sierra Leone to National Electoral Commission of Sierra Leone. They want to add national before Electoral Commission. Then the second amendment, now how then they appoint the Chief Electoral Commissioner. Previously, now President they made the appointment in subsection 3 of section 32. Now, they want to amend them for let them get a committee. They call this committee Search and Nomination Committee. The Search and Nomination Committee, they get 9 people there. Inside the 9 people there, they get 1 from the Interreligious Council, they get 1 from the Sierra Leone Bar Association, they get 1 from civil societies, they get 1 from the Labour Congress, they get 1 from the Sierra Leone Association of Journalists, they get 1 from the women's organizations, then you get 1 from the youth organization. All who that qualify, they send their application to this committee. This committee, they vet them all. And this committee, they end up with 3 people left who qualify. Then 3 people left, they have their names, then they submit to president. For let president choose 1 among them 3, who will be the Chief Electoral Commissioner. That's now after they don't amend subsection 3 of section 32. And also, we get the same process for the appointment of the PPRC boss. We all know say PPRC now that they register and regulate the activities of political parties. So we expect say, the role of the PPRC for the independent. So now the same formation that they use for amend section 34 of the National Constitution for choose Uda for be the head of PPRC, just like the same for the TCSL. Then the fourth one, they want to name PPRC. Instead of PPRC, when our political parties regulation commission, now they want to make a political parties regulation and registration commission. Registration and regulation commission. So it will be PPIRC instead of PPRC. And the fifth one, they want to amend section 35. What is section 35? How they want to amend that? They want to amend them for ensure say any political party will contest 2 elections, 2 consecutive elections, and they're not ever get member of parliament seat, they're not ever get councillor seat, not to a political party. And they make the submissions then, and at the end of the day, we get a legal person where we can analyze the submissions they are made, and where we can also advise the party from an informed legal position. And the other amendment, now that they want to amend subsection 2 of section 35, so that any appointment or election will reflect 30% of female representation. Of course, we in the APC, we may not do that amendment, the law of the Constitution. So I shall say now from we the take. Then the other amendments were very critical and crucial, and where we will also need the legal experts for ensuring analyze. Now, the amendments of section 38 of the Constitution. They want to amend them for let it look like say, now only data whether they use now the 10-year census, now for use for election purposes. Remember say we family let you use 5-year data for election purposes. Where they get that midterm census. Now they want to amend them for let it read like say now only data where they use during the 10 months exercise for the use, the 10 years exercise for the use for electioneering process. But it not stop there. Then say this data after 24 months to election, if they not use them, they not for use them again. This similar to waiting may or may analyze just now. That if they don't do census and that census data they don't conclude that census day 2 years before ever they're able to use that for elections. And we see outside government use the excuse of not prepared for let them shift the census date so that it not go reach 2 years to election. So also the party therefore ensure say they take note of that day. And the other constitutional amendment, they want to amend section 41B and section 42(1). They want to amend them for being right, because currently one of the eligibility criteria for any contest for presidency now that you must belong to a political party. So they want to amend this section for allow independent candidates for contest the national elections. And we all know the implications, but I will leave for the legal people there. Then also, they want to amend section 42(2). 42(2) talk about who that for be president. So they want to amend them. They want to put a clause for sure say for let you become president, you forget 50% plus 1, more than 50% for let you become president. And according to them, even in a situation where you get 50% plus, if you're able to secure 25% of votes in half of the total number of districts they will get in the country. So without which, you know they become president. And the next amendment, now that they adjust the time from the first election to the runoff. This now 42(2) or so, yes. They want to amend the constitution now for let them allow people that for go to court if they get problem with the first round, or for let them able to resolve the matter if they get problem with the first round. So in the current constitution, now 14 days daily. But then the proposal now that they will increase that to 30 days from the first round to the second round. And also, they want to amend the constitution for let also we challenge the validity of the result when they announced. Down then as subsection 3 of section 42, 9, they want to amend. And waiting at this amendment, where they want to, they want to assure say any person where they elect to the office of president under this section for all a office where they connect the date where they swear in the president, and also for continue for all the office till the next duly elected president is sworn in. So meaning that they say after the elections, if we don't get president elect, that president elect for keeping peace first until the swearing-in ceremony before the sitting president, the outgoing president, will leave the office. And they say, inside the national returning officer, don't declare a candidate elected for the office of the president. And immediately they send the declaration to the Chief Justice. They will send them to the Chief Justice and the incumbent president. So when the Chief Electoral Commissioner, when the National Returning Officer, don't declare any candidate president, it will send the declaration to the Chief Justice, and it will send the declaration also to the sitting president. And they say within 7 days of that declaration, the same national returning officer, they cause the result of the election for let them publish them at the Gazette. So 7 days after they don't make the announcement, then for publish them at the Gazette. And on the official website also of the Electoral Commission. And for distribute all registered political parties, forget a copy, whether they share to all registered political parties. And then say, if person petition na Supreme Court, the Supreme Court for hear the petition and determine the petition within 21 days of filing. And the decision will be final and binding. Within the Supreme Court say, it will be final and binding. Not like when you file cases and then it's wear out and it takes time for let them decide on that. And the amendment also where they want to know that if the declaration they don't confirm it, the Chief Justice will notify the National Returning Officer and the President-elect for the sworn in within 7 days. Waiting at the time for say, if you don't take your case now court, now that means after the election, they're not able to swear in immediately. Then they ensure say they give time for let them file in petition at court. After the court don't rule on the petition, and they don't serve the ruling to the Chief Justice, the Chief Justice they notify the National Returning Officer and the President-elect within 7 days of that ruling, say we will take the oath of office. Then if a fresh election is ordered, in the case inside the court say this petition will not cancel be valid, and because this petition valid, we forget fresh election. The Electoral Commissioner, the Electoral Commission will conduct election within 60 days when the court takes the decision. So two situations. The first situation, now that if they say yes, the petition not valid, they don't rule against the petition. The Chief Justice they inform the National Returning Officer and they inform the person who win the election, say that they swear in between 7 days. But in an event, the court will say this election is null and void and another election should be conducted, then it will happen within 60 days. They say whenever they declare a candidate president-elect, whether in the first rounds or in the runoff, the same process will apply. They say during the process, whether they begin the date of the presidential election and whether they end with the swearing-in of the president-elect, the incumbent president now in they exercise only powers as are necessary to ensure a peaceful and orderly transfer, and not when they don't announce the president-elect. The president wey dey become, I tell una say the swearing-in dey take place after the court cases dey all. You understand? So during that 10 days, the president still dey act as president, but he get limited powers. He no dey get the power the way he get before the swearing-in. They say one, he dey make initial major appointment. They say one, necessary to appoint and shall not. During that 10 days, the president no dey make any major appointment again, including appointment to the constitutional offices, public offices, or the judiciary. Once you dey act, once you dey be president, wetin is swearing in, you no get right for make any appointment. Then two, you no get right for dismiss or remove any holder of public office, except in accordance with the established disciplinary procedure already in progress. Past sometimes you may get case, or sometimes they don't set tribunal for you. The tribunal may be on, they can continue. But after they don't announce the president-elect, the president will be no get right for doing all the things they do. They no get right for undertake or authorize any action where they bind the incoming administration. For say, and they take this action so that the one way they come, they will come balance. They no get the right way for the state waiting for happen to the incoming. And also, they no get right for enter or withdraw from any major contract where government will not enter to. International agreement where government will not enter to, or financial commitment where government will not. You know the right for change that. And you know say it. Yes. And also, you know the right for take action where they change the status and the structure of public institution, unless required by law or necessary for let it preserve the national constitution. And also, in order right for confer national honors and awards, in order right for declare a state of war or state of emergency. Any act or decision taken in contravention to that provision there, it will be null and void to the extent of its inconsistency. Then the last one, now that there were amended section 53, where also they look at the limitation of the executive powers. They say, their proposal there, this very one, now for amend section 53 of the Constitution, to let them clarify the limited powers of an incumbent president during the transition. In line with the new section where they get for change, where now subsection 3J of section 42. Section 53 of the Constitution, where they amend that, then they insert subsection 6 and subsection 7. Subsection 6 will read like this: say, notwithstanding the general powers were vested in the President under this section or any other provision of the Constitution, during the period commencing on the date of the presidential elections and ending with the swearing and parliament, you will no one time, you will one annuller, you will one disqualifier. Okay, first the statutory amendment them. Now amendment the way they are all other laws other than the national constitution. Not only the national constitution, like for example the PPRC Act the Public Elections Act, other laws there, now in the statutory amendments. The Constitution in our constitutional amendment. So when they go with the statutory instrument for the amendment of any other law other than the Constitution, that amendment, the you will want another, you will not want time. That is, if they amend the Public Elections Act, if they amend the Public Elections Act, they amend the Dewey Act, all other acts, you will not want time, now you will get a vote of 2/3 majority for letting you annul and for letting you cancel them. But in the case of constitutional amendment, you will want the constitutional amendment for pass. Now you for pull 2/3 majority of the vote. So that means there is a sharp difference between statutory amendment and constitutional amendment. But interestingly, with the current structure and composition of parliament, for let SLP get 2/3 majority of all members of parliament, therefore they will get 2 more members, quite apart from the 2 other members wey disobey the party. So they talk to the party say, in an event, they want abuse the law. In an event, they don't want to go according to the dictates of the Constitution. In an event, they want to act on procedurally. We need the party for join, win a parliament, for now we take a decision, we will send a very strong message saying, not to get this country belongs to me all. So with that, I want to tell the participants thank you for the opportunity. And lastly, I want to make this clear. In the Constitution, we get 2 different types of clauses. We get the normal constitutional clauses, then we get entrenched clauses. That's section 41, now entrenched clause. So in an event they want change an entrenched clause, after they don't succeed, forget the 2/3 majority, now parliament, then for also subject them to a referendum. When are the whole country for vote in favor before it become law. So in an event an entrenched clause they want change them, they able get the 2/3 in a parliament when we believe say they don't get, and they able to secure the referendum they not win them, people they reject them, then they will reject the law. And one thing what we don't make for also realize, what I want to bring to the attention of the party, we're very critical and crucial. Now the fact say we don't really say the referendum, they want jump with all the amendments into one, so that people can vote for one referendum, for one amendment, instead of the specific clauses there. And we take the greatest exception. Not of all clauses the public go against. Some clauses that were subjected to referendum, the public go want them. So therefore give the public an opportunity for vote in favor of clauses the way they support and vote against clauses the way they don't support. But you cannot just talk with them and just hand over this party. I tell you, thank you for the opportunity.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Honorable Leader. We therefore continue in that same vein. But of course, we therefore look at the legality around all of this. We therefore can hear it from the legal man. Of course, we believe we will learn more about the irregularities, the way weaknesses around the constitutional review process. We will see Honorable Abutago don't touch on some of the recommendations or the amendments the way they want to the current national constitution we will get. But I want quickly to recognize the executive, the national executive, where they are Asi Ali, where they represent the Women's Congress, National Organizing Secretary for the APC National Women's Congress. We get the National Organizing Secretary from CS Camara. I see the National Financial Secretary from Usman Jallo. This area, National Publicity Secretary. Of course, Ubidoyeri from the Boston, the National Secretary General, and the Acting National Chairman. I always been saying, if the APC is strong and alive today, after the 2018 election, with all of the things that we will go through, the plenty attempts by the government for killing the party and all its functionaries, in addition to the member of parliament, then if we get any set of group, we will also always be grateful to the members of the APC leader team. They stand for the party, they stand with the party, they defend the party, and fought the many court cases we will bring against you, from the commissions of inquiry to even now, who they are about to appear before the PPRC. The legal team always do. We always do forget them by how we see from Adi Macaulay, we have been one of the strong legal men in our courts. We see from Joseph Kira Kamara, Africanos, the female lawyers, them all. But of course, for this particular press conference, we don't hear the inputs we don't make already. We hear earlier the chief negotiator make reference to Adi Macaulay with contributions already. But for today, we get for hearing from one of the finest legal minds in this country, and somebody we already appointed by the party for serving at this committee. They don't be Attorney General and Minister of Justice. They don't be the prosecutor and Israeli Special Court. So when it comes to legality, you know, say a strong person. But they can't talk to me about the irregularities which surround the current constitutional review process. And no less a person, but former ACC boss, former Attorney General and Minister of Justice, and current flag bearer aspirant for the APC, Comrade Joseph Kamara.
Thank you.
Wow, quiet so. A, B, C, or what? When we will go APC meeting and the place where they quiet, they can't quiet so. When they see your business, they will talk. Not to talk? I tell you, brother, plenty things. I don't talk. They don't talk about the intimate issues. What we all know here. But let me round them up by one sentence. What do all mean? Them Brian, they don't want to go, but they will go. They don't want to go, but they will go. They don't talk like them. They don't want to go, they will go. And the bottom line now, all waiting they go up and don't so. They don't want to go. And we tell them now, we give them message. We know so they don't want to go, but we will go. Then they make no more. Ataska your neighbor, Sylvia Kolo. Sylvia Kolo. Ataska your neighbor, Sylvia Kolo. Ataska your neighbor, Sylvia Kolo. What do you mean? Then they make no more loss to get. If you see them begin make like that again, now we allow ourselves to let them sit down away. Saka Bokacho Luna said, we not agree. Now we will look at the constitution. We don't even know what's in the constitution. We don't even understand what's in the game plan. the next election, they don't even want put space. And the difference is that when we know that you want to go to the town parliament and they watch out. Who they see the dragon will cite the maintain. They don't even put the date. What you get in the constitution, not every 5 years will not sabi. You know what they want to change until now? They say to the next general election. Who's standing? Nobody don't know. That means they want to say when they agree say election, they talk as say election next month. They want Shinka, we let them back Shinkaya, will they alive? We people when they say APC and they watch I see President Momo, I see President Komon, I see SI Komon, I see Stevens. They always shaking at the grave. There's no somebody. When the man there, they sit outside, they sit up. Then they look with things inside the eye. They tell you say next election and next general. So me they tell you now problem. All these places, and they come round already for war. Then they don't meet. Now Sweden they say this belly. But you don't see the government want to do. They just want to put one pit inside the twin, by the twin there. We call SLPP. Now you want to come on and do. Now saying a lie, now we bring the food back. We say not come on and do. We don't come on and do. We don't see them. Koju. Now know the now. So one thing get for me. Let we know who shall we did. You don't know who shall you did. But we were there, who shall we say. And we say, there no one go, but they go. The other thing why they tell that money to the food. This PPRC where they want change. Hey, that name that like the paper. I'm confused. That's why they go to the big pattern. Not to the name. They want to give PPRC the power for the registered political party. Now the head by the case that one day. They want to give PPRC the power for the registered APC. Not put us. Banga Ode, not put us. Banga Ode no saki. They want to give PPRC the power for the registered APC. And now we go make them the registered APC. They don't just they provoke peace for alala. They're not paying. What should happen in circumstances like that? We learn and say, well, if you want to be the thing, go on course, you the PPRC. Go with you, sworn affidavit, sweating and so this party don't do. And if the party say chance for them, they say, no, we don't know the register. If the court want Greece, will they look like any divorce proceedings? That's okay, we don't hear it. Will they give the party 6 months for them to correct this? After 6 months, if they come back with the same problem, there's some tell who go to register. But not for what they want to do. Now, PPRC, they don't know what they're sleeping and then they grab, they say, please, you don't register. So, I they talk to us, people who don't know. We don't know. Now, who not gets for Sudan? When people like Emma say they stole it, why must be stolen? If you see the fake guy for Kerala Parliament, now when you believe inside that Parliament thing, then you work at it. Now we believe that. Now when you believe inside that Parliament, we don't see you go to the point like Komon-Tok, and you not go big again. Then no one go. Then no one go. And let for Chamu brother they say Parliament no go big. This time, nobody knows the message. I will give everybody the message. This message will go to everybody. You know APC said as long as you want to stand at the part of APC, for long as we win the next election, we need agree. And I don't know this one. So now we don't sit down. We can't talk about name. Not to PPRC name they care about. And the party they want to register. How will they get? We come back with the talk about the threshold. I'm not able to talk about it. I think may yourself talk about that. One thing they don't see as APC, if they say 50 plus 1, no election no they can give, no separately, it's happening. But they don't see say if they do so, they don't get us. So they can now with 25% out of almost 8 districts, you go get 25%. If we are federal state, like Nigeria, where the governor, each country, each state gets your governor. We forget 25% na Bobali, forget 25% na Kenema, you forget 25% na Batajuma, whatever say there. No! Not for business that one day. If na 50 plus 1, una left am 50 plus 1 for everybody. We dey do am, we ready. Because we APC we believe say na get the numbers. This meeting today not to talk of technical decisions. Now, a lot of people understand what's in the politics behind the changes here. The real politics behind the changes here. We are not going to talk paper talk. We have to be prepared, Mr. Chairman. The APC has to be prepared. We get one program that evening when they talk say, my man got to kill him at Machine. What did that mean? When one worker look to the evidence. Now the evidence that they show we saw the people here. They don't set the stage for we. Under the claim day, with the dance that we on stage. And I tell this one to understand. Why are we here? We look again. You must see say, in the constitution, where they want change. When election done, when one challenge the election. So we get 7 days, within week for challenge. Then within 14 days, because we get results or a ruling. No, within 14 days, we forget a runoff. Now we see they say now, 60 days. 60 days we don't anger. You don't see that inside 60 days. We politicians, they will say 7 days and long term for politics. They make now 60 days. Then they sit down. After 60 days, you see they come back for election. Who say they don't sit down, they don't play, or they get to play. They no one go, or they go. So all them guys come to this year. Yes. Then you know what they plan back? They say the next coming election. Now that get NIN number. Not that massive. Not Palu. We are most people who get NIN number. Because NIN number, I said they say that now. How much will people will pay for NIN number? And what do we get in the constitution? Now by voters card, not to so. When we don't get voters card, we will vote. What now they say we forget NIN number? You know what they want to do? Now we people there, they want to franchise. They don't want no people there vote. But we they vote. So when they tell them that they say, go to laugh at go to laugh. Now for create the awareness. The awareness that APC will not sit down. Then we are open. This time, we let it take. This time, we all unite. This is the time of unity. I am making a unity call in this party. It is not about them. It is not about anybody else. Then we look at the symbol of the APC. That this can determine when our APC for win. Not to any group, not to any cabal. To any flag bearer, the winner should be APC. If we all do that, we will all get an eye. And we're not going to get about now because we're not going to be in paradise. Now get about now, but I explain why we're not lost. But we're not going to cancel up paradise again. Because this one, we're not lost. This one, we're not lost. And when we sit down and look at yourself, the way we need already. If that's what the executive like that already. That's what we call it flag bearer. They already. This election, from now on they talk to now, that's set us to the gospel. So, in all of this, change of commission. Now they now appoint an acting commissioner. Now almost 6 months they go through. Because the cost, if they hit tax money, then the cost. We're able to get commissioner. They don't radiate. They don't radiate. They want to let them pass the law, then they pay the money over wage. And when they pay that money, the parliament they go to the back. Only will go there. That money they seize on the parliament. Then they seize on the parliament. Because the electoral commission is so important. The commissioner is so important. And they sit down already, they say that last election, that's what they can do this all that. For lying. Allah you lie. Allah you lie. Let the day forsake the next election. But what are we going to do? Ladies and gentlemen, let me close with this. That the APC is at a crossroads. We have reached the stage that we must come to the realization that only unity will take us through. Only unity. Nothing but unity. Victory is one word. Those are several words put together. It's one word. And victory can only be interpreted that we are you and I. We believe in one goal in the APC philosophy, the ideology of the APC, that we must be together to win the election. So I tell you, I thank you, God bless you.
Thank you very much. You know, APC, a big party, and we know say we need together, we unite. That's not the one not going to do. Nobody not going to stand our way. And so we can be united at all levels. I talked earlier. The one we want to be flag bearer, they for be united. Therefore they talk to themselves. We self when they support us, before they talk to them. How many see this election? We for be bold. We for be bold. We for be honest. We for be sincere. I go let person, but if I see say you not fit for this office, I for be bold for tell you. Say, but I let you for this, they don't go find for you. And he say, go find for that mandate. Lord, we support our day. So we all go win in the end. We all go win. And outside in a day we day. That kind bold decision and day now we already for take as a party. Because 2028 now 10 years not go so. Mokuma don't die. Mokuma don't suffer. The people out there, they need to we for lead, and we were able for lead. But not reach there, we will lead as a party. Me and another one. The chairman, the executive, at all levels, we will lead. And at the end of the day, we will get beat in 2028. And let one word with JFK talk. And like you are APC member, you want stand in the way for Lord will not win 2028. Will not for encourage the one at all. Because now they look one plenty pass SMPP. Now they look one plenty pass SMPP. Will not for encourage the one at all. 2028 now we hope and we will take her. Nobody not for Tima before we, whether an APC or an SMPP or any other person, we will take her. And that makes some of we, some statements they will make, will not take her lightly. We come back and fire how we will fire. We all know already, they don't say no, we go mellow. But we ready for this put out. In a democratic way, of course, except otherwise. Day, I will now call on the next speaker, a household name by this party, the country, a lawyer, a deputy leader, the House of Parliament, a deputy deputy speaker, and now a flag bearer aspirant as well. I will now call on Honorable Chairman Abadam Majuba, Honorable Jerry Koko, who is a part of this committee, by the way, for make a statement.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Mr. Coordinator. I want to also join others before me and stand on existing protocols because it did not go. Mr. Acting Chairman and Secretary General, whilst we acknowledge the opportunity we are given to step into the shoes of some other people there and ensure that we help salvage the state of Hausa. I also want to use this opportunity to commend Dr. Mara, Kelfana Mara. They don't provide a very good leadership moving the state. They don't do a very good job. They put the team together and leave the way other people are available if they make themselves available. So I want to say thank you. I don't want to repeat most of what they don't say again because we can just boil down. But I shall say, we will not listen to the one them before now. They don't tell me who shall we come out, so who shall we do so. What will lead me to the agreement for national unity will also end up with the tripartite negotiations and the recommendations that will come in. What's important now? They're not talking in different ways. But if we're not sincere, we're not going to achieve the objectives that we want. But talk is easy. But we can learn to talk true. If you get 11 message, you don't get Xavi or Iniesta, you don't go really. So the APC can work as a team. We not can work as individuals the way we believe say we shall be past reset. We don't talk about unity from 2018. Almost efforts we don't make. For talk, now one thing. For take action. So I don't tell them say I will make comments before he left. And I get your permission because you're in. And they say the MPs. But the
Talk. We the talk and right, we the talk and clear from Sierra Leone to everywhere. Oh yeah. Komon-Tok, come make me hear. From the streets of Freetown to the world beyond, we dey yarn about the things we dey hold strong. Political talks, we know be shy. Vibration stories should know be die. Entertainment, we go dance to the beat. Health and well-being, make we rise from we sit. It's not a platform, we go speak the truth for the young and the old. Now we voice we do. Komon-Tok, you gon' hear me loud. We no go hide, you gon' make me proud. From Salon to the world, we dey stand tall. Come here we are. Oh yeah, we message for. From politics to health, we stand firm. Migration of life, we come from. Komon-Tok, nice to be with a young and care for you and me. Komon-Tok, oh yeah, we did. For the future, we pave the way. We talk about the health, we need them for survive. Make the system better so we people could thrive. Entertainment, they speak the music, the flow, but we still go on the things we need to know. Political leaders, they gonna hear the cry. We could talk, come here, no we know go lie. Now come on talk, we just stand for the truth. Make we rise for the sake of the youth. Ooh, come on talk, you gon' hear we loud. We no go hide, you gon' make me proud. From salon to the wall, we just stand tall. Come here, we are. Oh yeah, we message for. From politics to health, we stand firm. Migration of vibes, we come from. Komon-Tok, a place to be. We the young, I'm clear for you and me. Komon-Tok, oh yeah, we did. For the future, we did do it. Oh, now we the young, for better tomorrow. No more tears, no more sorrow. We go shine the light, the truth must show. Komon-Tok, together we go grow. Feel the rhythm, feel the beats. Komon-Tok, where the minds go meet. Komon-Tok, this how we voice. Armies look, we they make the choice. From politics to health, we stand firm. Migration of vibes, we they come from. Komon-Tok, a place to be. We the young, I'm clear for you and me. Komon-Tok, oh yeah, we did. For the future, we paved the way. Komon-Tok, ooh yeah. We talk on real, make we hear. From Freetown to the world, we spread the news. Komon-Tok, on the platform we choose. Komon-Tok, we the talk and right, we the talk and clear. From Sierra Leone to everywhere, oh yeah. Komon-Tok, come make me hear. From the streets of Freetown to the world beyond, we dey yarn about the things we dey hold strong. Political talks, we know go shy. Migration stories should know go die.